Morning, everyone. This is intraday video. It is number 746, and I'm putting it out for a very specific reason. As you have noted in absolutely every one of my opening and closing videos for the last several weeks, I've been talking about the silver and the fact that the silver, unlike the gold, has more of an upward bent to it and never made the kind of lows or pullbacks that the gold had. I've also noted the increase while the market was going sideways, the increase in open interest and volume, especially in the last several weeks, and also the same action in the moving averages. Now, we were riding along the 20-day moving average, and I pointed that out several times. And we came back down, and this morning I said it looked like we were going to work higher. At the time, we were trading in the neighborhood of about 2680 or so, and we were up on the day. And actually, I think we got as high as 2690 something. And I was mentioning that the high close here a couple of days ago was 2696, and that if we closed above that, that we were going to break out and probably try this higher level around 28, 28 and a quarter. We have done that. We've done it on volume. We won't have the open interest numbers to know if it's short covering or new long positions until later tonight or tomorrow. What I've done, however, is I put an order in to sell half of our position. We're long the May 21st, 24 and a half calls in the SLV. Here's the chart of the SLV. This is a weekly. As you can see, we've clearly broken out again, but there are problems here. The first problem is on the weekly basis, we are at the upper Bollinger Band. These bands tend, as you can see, when we break out one way or the other, they tend to expand. So that's not as much of a problem as it might be. Here's the daily, and you see the same situation here. If we widen out, we can actually ride an upper Bollinger Band as we did here when we broke out, where we were above it, but we stayed close to it for quite a while, pulled back, hit the bottom, and then burst through. I think that the price of the SLV, again, we're along the 24 and a halves, so right in here. And I think we paid 65 or 68 cents for them. So the rule is sell half up 100%. And so that's what we're doing. We're selling half at $1.36, even though I think we're going higher. The problem here that's unrelated to the silver per se is the fact that interest rates have been rallying a bit. I'll show you the TLT, which is long bonds, short rates. And so rates have moved down slightly as prices have moved up, but it's also overbought. And if we start to come back down, then that's going to put some pressure on all of the precious metals, gold and the silver. Not to put too fine a point on it, I do want to show you on the SLV, on the weekly, the longer term view, we are actually still oversold. This is on balance volume versus a linear regression line of 75%. As you can see, when we get under the line at a maximum, we get a bounce up. When we get over the line to a maximum, we get a pullback. So here, this was the maximum. We're not that far from it. The bias is to the upside, and I think that the silver is going to work substantially higher. The question is, is it going to continue straight up here? If it does, we'll use a trailing stop against the second half of the position. Otherwise, the money is already out of the position on the execution, and we can afford to sit and see how it goes. These options have still 2 full weeks, 2 weeks from tomorrow before expiration. So we could see quite a nice move up. The other thing is, if we do get a pullback, I will be buying something further out with a higher strike. Thanks for your attention.